I was checking today's footage and I noticed that on some videos you can see a huge bruise around here. Now it seems to be gone, but like 2 hours ago it was huge. And I want to show you what fell on my head and why I have the bruise. Let me take the camera from here. Okay. So this thing fell on my head. Yeah. Today is Saturday, and my wife and I are switching the room with our kid without her knowing, because she's still with grandparents. But that's something we do often. I mean, not just switching the rooms, but switching the furniture in the rooms, moving things around. But this time we are actually changing the entire room. And there are a couple of reasons for that. Okay, let's see. This is the old room that we used to have. The colors on the walls are the same, so you wouldn't notice much difference. But the problem with this room is one door, then the toilet, then another door, and you can't move furniture easily. And you're basically stuck with one, and the only furniture order arrangement. I lack words today. So we decided to move to the other room. So this is slightly perhaps smaller room, but it only has one door. And then we can arrange our stuff more easily. And I'm going to show you my desk setup, which I know some of you requested when I did it previously, but I didn't record it this time. She made me record it because you requested. So let's see how that turns out. The desk itself is quite small. It's only 1 meter wide. So you need to think carefully where you're going to put your stuff, especially now when I have 2 monitors, actually, one laptop and a monitor. So that's gonna take a lot of space. So I need to put all the stuff here. So this is just a piece of wood that I So I put 2 nails in the wall, and I'm gonna use several pieces of rubber. This is a jar rubber, just to be able to put things straight. Let me show you. I think I'll need 1 more nail because it's long and the rubber is not stretched enough. So let's check. But I need to be careful because there's a power outlet in the middle, so I don't want to hit the cable with the nails. I think I could actually move this nail a little bit further. That's gonna annoy me because I now made a hole. I didn't think before I hit the hammer. I think we're good now. We can slide everything back. reason we have the rubber is so for these guys not to fall down. And I think it works. This thing has its own power supply to be able to support all the hard drives, which take a lot of electricity, and the laptop battery itself couldn't support it. So I plugged this under the table because that's the thing that I'm rarely ever going to be unplugging. I had to rearrange the cables because that white brick was blocking 2 USB ports, and I didn't like it because I need all of these USB ports, so I rearranged it so the hard drives go to the bottom ones. So these are the 3 USB cables, and I'm just gonna leave them dangling from here, and I can plug anything I need very quickly. This is HDMI cable, and this is a video capture adapter, video capture card, which is something that turns your HDMI into USB. And then this is micro HDMI, which I use to connect my DSLR, this camera, to the computer, and then I can record video using OBS or any other software, and I can live stream with my DSLR. I can use DSLR this fancy camera for my video calls and Zoom calls or whatever meetings, and it looks awesome when you do it like that. So this go into the socket as well. I meant the USB hub. That USB plug was for my work headphones with the microphone, something I use to answer the calls when I have them, and they go on the wall as well, I think. I think that I should put them on the wall. This long USB cable, standard, is for my podcast microphone. It's 3 meters long, but recently I have some issues with them because they're crap. And when you plug them and unplug them all the time, they just fail. So it's losing connectivity recently, but I'll plug it here anyways and see if I can set up something that's permanently working and not unplug it ever again. And the remaining socket for USB is ready for another USB microphone, which we use for podcast when both of us are in the podcast for our another channel. And that's it. Basically, that's how my setup looks. It's a lot of cables, it's a mess. It's like a huge power supply outlet thing, and it can look ugly, but it's functional. Both of these are USB Type-C cables. The white one is for the laptop, and the black one is just for anything, usually to charge my camera while I'm streaming. once you put the monitor, you don't even see how messy everything is. This is where I charge my iPhone on the, what's that called? MagSafe thingy. My old iPhone 7, which I use mainly as a webcam, and it's put on that tripod. I think it serves great because that laptop doesn't have a camera, and the picture looks decent. I thought you might want to see this. Okay, this is the charger, and this is how I organize my drawer. I made a little compartments using just ordinary cardboard box. I cut it and turn it into something like this. So here is my chargers, Sony batteries, and this is the kit for cleaning the camera. This is my glasses. This is a random compartment. You just put all the shit that you're gonna use on a daily basis, but you don't want it on the desk. These are all the documents, HDMI cables, various cables, microphone cables. This is the step-up rings for the lenses, more HDMI cables, and a cleaning kit. I put another pair of headphones on the wall. If you haven't figured out yet, it's obvious that I like putting nails in the walls. Here's the podcasting microphone behind me, which I plugged into that long cable, which seems to be broken, but I want to test it one more time before I just dismiss that cable and replace it with something different. But I need 2 long cables for podcast. That's the problem. I found another tripod for the desk, which is way smaller, and the rig that holds the phone is way smaller, so I replaced it because it looks chunky with the big one. Where is it? With this, it looks way chunkier than with the other one. So I pretty much like the new setup. There's obviously some crap on the desk that needs to be moved. These things are gonna stay. These are the notebooks that I use on a daily basis. Microphone works right now. And this looks like that. This is the workstation. Here's the, let's say, bookshelf. Just a small amount of books, but there are more. Here are more books. And here is the gear. Dust protected. This is the big lens. Tamron, another camera. This is the booze. I don't drink often, but here is more things, more gear. This is gimbal and the microphones and just a camera bag and more. Camera bag behind the door. This is Sanya. And one more light here. One more light here. And this is how it looks. So I think this is basically it. We set up the room. Sanya is just putting her stuff into the cupboard. And I made a mess out of this. It was a complete mess. But now she figured out how to undo it and fix it. And honestly, I like this setup right now, and I don't know how we didn't think about doing this stuff earlier. I guess you never know. And maybe we were lazy to move all the stuff, but I was thinking for quite some time to move our room here and Natasha's room in the other room, just because of that lack of the doors. But I was too lazy. I like the lighting for this setup with this light in the background. Looks awesome. I'm editing the video, and before I wrap it up, I just want to add one more thing. That these changes of environment, you can, by doing this, you don't have to just change one room for the other. It's enough to switch the arrangements of the furniture, the furniture setup in your room, and you can trigger something very important. Let's say you want to change one of your habits, and it's going very difficult because your brain is going to function on autopilot most of the times, and it's going to react to your surroundings most often. But once you change the surroundings, the brain gets the signal, I need new habits. And then it's very easy to form new habits once you change the environment. So every time you start thinking like, I need to change this or that, like I need to get new habits, I want to read more, study more, work more or less, or I want to stop this or that, whatever that is, playing games, watching YouTube, smoking, drinking, just change the environment. It doesn't have to be huge change. Just move your bed from one side of the room to the other, and your closet and whatever you can move. Just try that and see what happens. So that's I think it for this video. It does feel different when you have a new room, and I think it's a good change. And yeah, see ya next time.